Welcome back to 5 in a Row Reviews, where I watch a movie 5 times in a row and review it after each time. I'm your host, Dashiell Driscoll. Today I'll be watching Avengers 3, Infinity War Part 1, 5 times in a row. Full disclosure, I have not seen all the Marvel films because I am not a nerd. I'm not that big of a nerd. Did not see Doctor Strange, only saw Thor 3. I will never see a movie starring Captain America. And I remember around Avengers 2, it felt like I was taking a test I didn't study for when I saw a Marvel movie. Just got out of my first consecutive screening of Avengers. Little long. I liked it. It was fun. A lot going on. For 2.5 hours, just a ton of, well, I'm this superhero, nice to meet you, and I'm that one. I guess buy the ticket, take the ride. At what point is enough? Like, enough superhero movies with all the lasers and the fighting and all this shit. Who cares? Who really cares about any more lasers or any more punches? There were a lot of people in that movie that I have never seen before in my entire life. And I don't just mean like in a superhero sense. It was like, are you even a movie star? Like, did you just walk onto set and they gave you a weapon and said, just that way? The Wakanda parts, fucking awesome. Guardians parts, fucking awesome. I tried to avoid all the spoilers, but I read a lot about how sad it was. It's a very sad Avengers. You weren't kidding about the sadness. There was one part where I was like, oh, well, surely that's the sad part. And then another part happened where I was like, okay, well, now that's the sad part? Boy, oh boy, do you know when the sad part is? Not super looking forward to experiencing that sad part 4 more times. I didn't eat breakfast. I was about to get a hot dog before that movie, but at the last second decided 8:45 a.m., just barely, too early to eat a hot dog. Just barely. Just got out of my second consecutive screening of Avengers Infinity War. They didn't make that movie any shorter the second time around. It was fun, I guess, It's a good time. If you like this kind of stuff, if you like superhero movies, if you like Marvel movies, you'll have fun, I guess. Is it fun? Is it fun to see a bunch of superheroes from various movies talking together and throwing punches? The answer after 2 consecutive viewings is a resounding maybe. Has anyone seen all the Marvel movies? Does anyone care about all these people? Everyone on screen? I think that's my problem. There's so many heroes and plots, it's impossible to care about all of them. There's 7 dudes in this movie named Chris. Spider-Man did actually have a line about not knowing people's names. I like that. Found that to be very relatable. I saw the second screening in 3D. It was alright. The 3D was unnecessary and a little distracting, which is super on brand for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also, I ate a hot dog during the second screening. The hot dog was pretty good. I would say the hot dog better than the movie, for sure. Loved the hot dog. Got a little hot dog grease on my glasses. That made it kind of hard to see. But I fixed that during the bathroom break. So up until now, no real spoilers. There's gonna be a shitload of spoilers after this, so if you don't want them, beat it. I loved huge Peter Dinklage. Seeing Peter Dinklage way larger than life, very cool for me. Was huge Peter Dinklage in another Marvel movie? Maybe, I don't know. We'll never know. I'll never know. Of all the Infinity Stones, I liked the Reality Stone the best. Unlike the other Infinity Stones, Reality Stones are real. I had a bag of organic Reality Stones last time I was in Joshua Tree with a couple buds. Great afternoon climbing rocks. I also did not love how much they had Tony Stark and Doctor Strange arguing. It's fucking constant. Those guys have the exact same facial hair. They should be able to bond on that alone very quickly. I did get a little sleepy during this screening. I started nodding off, like going all the way to sleep around an hour in when they do that kind of like space holocaust thing. What woke me up, Chris Pratt's character, one of the many Chris's in this film, makes a joke about Thanos' chin looking like balls, like a ball sack. It really does. And it got me wondering as I was drifting off to sleep, does Marvel have a whole team studying like ball sack wrinkles? Once I started envisioning that team, it must be like 36 guys in New Zealand probably. That really got my brain going and I was able to stay back awake for the remainder of the film. As far as that sad shit at the end, still really sad. And I think the one that got to me the most is Groot saying goodbye to Rocket Raccoon. I don't know how a CGI teenage tree talking to Bradley Cooper as a raccoon was like the biggest emotional response I had in the movie, but go fucking figure. Just got out of my 3rd consecutive screening of Avengers Infinity War. It actually might have been the one I enjoyed the most so far today. Probably because of the crowd. A lot of energy, a lot of whooping and clapping and all that fun shit. But my favorite parts, by far, were still the Wakanda parts and the Guardians parts. And it kind of made me wonder, would I rather just be watching a Guardians of the Galaxy movie and or Black Panther? And the answer is yeah, probably. I'd I'd probably just rather watch that shit. They never really explain why the Hulk never transforms into the Hulk. He's the Hulk for like 30 seconds in the beginning and then never again. The whole Hulk storyline feels like a very weird erectile dysfunction parable. He just can't get it up when the pressure's on. I think the real lesson with the Hulk is Mark Ruffalo has a fucking phenomenal agent. No, he's been green long enough. He's just gonna be Mark this movie. And all that shit at the end is still extremely sad. It didn't get any less sad as the day goes on. It just keeps getting sadder. I literally keep leaving the movie very, very sad over and over and over again. And only 2 more times of being extraordinarily bummed out. And is Thanos better than Hitler? Is anyone asking that? Because there's some real Hitler comparisons to be made between Thanos and Hitler. Thanos doesn't really hate anyone. He doesn't want to kill 6 million of anyone. He just wants to kill 3 billion of everyone. Something that happens when you watch a movie 5 times in a row, your brain stops working the way it should. I wasn't able to really focus on a lot that movie. All I could really think about was Josh Brolin's chin. Does Peter Jackson have anything to do with the nutsack CGI? Probably. Peter Jackson probably has his hands in that nutsack CGI. I took 3 bathroom breaks in screening 3. It's really hard to sit down for that long. It's like you're on a international flight that goes fucking nowhere. The whole third act is contingent on you caring that Vision, who's a dude I didn't even fucking know existed, even though I saw the second Avengers movie, they expect you to care that Vision is like alive and well. The guy's a robot. Just because some chick is banging a robot doesn't mean I care if he's all good. I mean, this is the fate of the universe. Just kill Vision, like minute 1. There's no more movie. If I had to pick my least favorite hero in that movie, it's fucking narc Captain America. Dude's name is Steve. I just don't trust it. Don't trust the guy named Steve. Not even for a second. Hi, I'm Steve. No. Get the fuck out of here, buddy. Probably the biggest superpower any of these guys have is their haircuts. These guys have incredible haircuts the whole time. Like, no matter what happens, their shit stays so clean. It's not only confusing, it's kind of inspiring. Just got out of my 4th consecutive screening of Avengers Infinity War. I had 3 thoughts on my mind the entire time. Wouldn't this series be just as funny if I called it 4 in a row reviews? Probably. As soon as this movie ends, it begins again. And I am in an Infinity War of my own design. Thanos' nutsack chin. It must have been several dozen people in New Zealand under the supervision of Peter Jackson. I mean, the nutsack wrinkles are so clearly defined. I spent most of my 4th screening thinking about Thanos' nutsack wrinkle chin. Also, as soon as I sat down, I fell asleep for like 45 minutes. It felt like my brain was a friend when I had to move a couch, and my friend just showed up when I had to move this couch, even though I never told my brain I had to move this couch. And for the first 45 minutes of the film, my brain was moving that couch the fuck away from the movie theater. My brain is dog shit after 5 consecutive screenings of Avengers Infinity War. It feels like it's been stomped on by all of the Avengers. What's Black Widow's power, really? Does anyone know? Shouts out to Mark Ruffalo's agent for making sure he stayed fully Mark Ruffalo for like the entire film, minus 3 minutes. If I had to rank today's screenings from most enjoyed to least enjoyed, it would be 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. See you next time at the movies.